Welcome back to the channel. So on the back of the last vlog in Switzerland, it's been a busy couple of weeks. It's involved a bit of paddle with the boys. We also had our debut pacemaking at the BMC at Trafford. It involved some speedy sessions during the week. And it also involved singing Bob Dylan with a JK in Belgium. But anyway, more of that later. Back to the vlog of during the week. So to kick off the week, the first session we had was a speedy one. A couple of 100s included at the end, under the clock, competitive. The times were really promising.
How was that, Greg? How did it feel?
It's good to be running fast. Little training PB.
Running fast.
Paid actors here.
Self-proclaimed.
Showing us how it's done.
I'm getting the girl. I think it's... Why is it... Get the girls, get the girls. Oh God. God, it's busy work this. Okay, thanks guys.
And it was one of the most important parts of the week is getting a bit of treatment, making sure I'm ticking over, the body's all good. And also the next session was in a similar light of tempo, making sure I'm recovering well, building a little bit of aerobic capacity. So this was 8 twos with 2 minutes in between. And as ever, making the last rep look like a slog. And then for the others, they had a bit of a tougher session, some 350s. Josh taking it out, showing us how it's done. And we had a youngster, Pete, smashing out a time trial. He's the next up and coming 400 hurdler. Watch this space.
Turns out it didn't mean diminishing slower, then diminishing quicker. When you start at your PB, it's really only one way.
There's only one way to do it.
There's only one way it's going to go.
And then a bit of fun at the weekend, playing paddle with the lads. Love playing this at the weekend. It's such a low intensity sport, but also super social, easy to pick up. Well, it is easy for some. Not these losers.
I'll stay forward. Nice. Oh, he's fucked. He's fucked. Oh, it's yours, isn't it?
And then back on the track for a big session. The session was 2 times split 4, but we like to do 100 before the splits to sort of get firing, so it was a bit of a smooth 100. This is actually the rep of the week that probably showed I was in shape. I think it was a 10-8, but not maximum effort, so really promising. And here we have Kelly Massey, the Olympic athlete, but not quite the same skills, trying to film whilst riding a bike. But she did manage to catch me dying off in the second split. And then it was time for the next variety of this vlog, some pacemaking. Just arriving at the track for a first for me, pacemaking an 800. So it should be an interesting one. It's the BMC at Trafford. Thought I'd try something new. So got 2 races to pace. 52 seconds is the aim and a 54. So this is going to be another thing to the CV. Tell you what, most all-round sprinter in the UK, I think. 10.8, 21.7, 48.5. Guide running for the British record holder, and now pacemaking. He does it all. So first off, it was Reese showing us how it's done. He's an experienced pacemaker, so I was watching on looking for some tips. I was actually really nervous going into this.
Right, I better go and get my legs up.
Yeah, good luck.
Race 1 done on the pace. I've got probably about 10 minutes until race 2. Let's see how the lactic's treating me.
Got a guy with a PB in that race, so he did his job.
Yeah, it's down to me, isn't it? Here's race again. That seems a bit quick, like the turnaround.
I only had about like 8 to 10 minutes between race 1 and race 2, so here I am just trying to recover as fast as I can. And when you know you're having to run again, the time just seems to go so much faster. So this is my second run of the night. It was a pretty successful night. I hit the pace for the first one, slightly off the second one, but in both races the winners did run a PB, so I'm claiming that as job well done. And then time to treat yourself. Me and Esther went for a bit of tapas at Porta and also watched a bit of the massive run clubs in Salford. You see this in nearly every street these days. The last session before travelling out to Belgium for me was a light gym session. Some fast hang snatches, just getting firing, making sure I'm feeling okay but having no fatigue in the body, carrying it into the weekend. Obviously have to include the most important gym exercise, trying to make these little pencil arms a bit bigger. So smashing out a few reps on the bench press. In the airport, ready to go to Brussels to rip into a little 1 and a 4 this weekend at EAP Nivelle. Somehow managed another Airbnb right beside a few horses. They must just be following me about. MTV Cribs, Belgium. It's the MasterChef kitchen. Hey. It's a shame we're not staying here for a holiday. Business only. And then the big bed. And there's Josh's bed, little cot. A nice healthy pre-race meal, and then on to the fun and games of race day. We all raced the first round of the 100, so we didn't actually get any videos of it. But Josh is a bit of a pro photographer, so I thought I would show a few of these anyway. Well, that one's horrendous. The bicarb looks like it's settling in right there. I ran pretty well, 10:79. This was the facials on the line, and managed to qualify for the final, so that was good. And the boys were doing a 200, so I had a bit of downtime before the final. The track was so nice, and there was like a bar and coffee shop beside it, so like there's people watching, friends, family, with like beer and wine, coffees. That's how track should be done. This was the A race. Dylan Borley here is in second, and this guy from South Africa, 20.3. I think it was a slight headwind as well, so that was cool to watch. And then it was boys' turn. Reese taking the dub, which was good to see.
À la Gisonko, un athlète gambien. Greg Kelly en anglais.
Écossais même,
sur son
maillot. Il a arboré ses couleurs.
So it was a pretty consistent run in the final, 10:83. Not the best start, but feel like I'm moving well. Nearly decked it with this guy cut in front of me after the line, but we survived and on to the next one. And on to the 400 warm-up. Well, not much warming up because it was 30 degrees. Josh catching me in the match day kit.
Going great, come on, that's me, push.
And big celebration when I seen the clock. It stopped at 47.6. I've been waiting for this one to drop. Constantly running 48s, and I've known the speeds there, so it was such a good feeling seeing that 47 on the clock and not a 47 high, like well into the 47s. So I was pretty buzzing after this one. And I actually ended up getting 4th place overall between the A race and the B race, and picked up a little bit of prize money, so it was cool to share the podium with that standard, and then seeing Al win the long jump, which was cool. Big day. Normally we like to debrief, you know, a day or two after, but fuck it, when you run nearly a second PB, we debrief straight away. Absolutely buzzing. 47.59, won the race. It's been coming for a while. Quick shower, off to the pub. Anyone that watches #Brady knows a blackout drunk video. Not quite, but we had to celebrate the runs of the day and all the boys being in Belgium for the night.
I ran a PB, this is my 3rd.
Yeah.
Four.
When you can't remember.
Too thirsty. Iron. So, a couple of beers down, we've solved Commonwealth Games, standard selections, Grand Slam track. We're going to start our own athletics league. We're now late for the train home. A little jog.
We did in fact miss the train, but we managed to wait for a taxi with this woman.
Scotland is always tout en la guerre là.
What's that mean?
Huh?
I don't know what that means.
It's always war.
Always war?
Yes.
No, we're friendly.
Marin, petit frère, avant qu'un homme ne soit, écoute mon ami,
Écoute mon ami.
écoute dans le vent de Answer in the wind.
In the wind.
Combien de temps, marin, petit frère, avant qu'un homme
So we didn't expect our night to end with us singing Blown in the Wind by Bob Dylan in French, but it seems like a fitting way to close off the night. Unfortunately, we did have an early flight and the Garmin wasn't too pleased with the 2 hours sleep, but it did seem fitting for the manic couple of weeks I've had. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.